Ladies and gentlemen, there are a great many New York Post articles detailing Hunter's emails and clear violations of the law within those emails, but one article in particular, New York Post, huge integrity test, calls for action as Biden voicemail reveals he knew Hunter's China deals. Okay, so President Biden stated during the campaign and for years that he didn't know anything about Hunter's deals. That was a lie. You can add that to the tens of thousands of lies that he's told that, of course, the Washington Post and New York Times and others haven't compiled. Okay, that is a grandiose deception. The reason being they impeached Trump because they were horrified that anyone would want to investigate potential corruption within the Biden, family. And so the issue here is that, well, he did force out a prosecutor. I mean, this is one of the issues. He forced out a prosecutor. Then we didn't have the emails in 2019. We have the emails because of the New York Post. New York Post journalists that broke that story deserve Pulitzer Prizes. What took place was, of course, it was censored. The New York Post account was suspended on Twitter. Gee, wonder why. Anyway, Democrats had Twitter as an extension of their political party until Elon Musk came along. He'll eventually purchase Twitter, but that's a whole other story. If you look at the New York Post article and you listen to the voicemail and you read the transcript of the voicemail, you will see that the president was lying. Surprise, surprise. Rand Paul and others will vote to impeach President Mashed Potato Brains almost immediately after 2022. Probably, they'll take advantage of whatever media and committee hearings they can to uncover the massive corruption. So they're going to investigate every single one of those emails where you have the oil and gas company in that country that's being investigated now asking Hunter for influence to use his influence on the company's behalf, where Hunter says he gives 10% of his income to Joe. There's articles in the New York Post talking about how Hunter flew on the same flights as the vice president at that point, and also met with Joe Biden meeting with Hunter's business associates at the White House and 19 other government buildings, according to the New York Post. So, Kushner and Ivanka, they don't have this. 150 suspicious financial transactions, banking transactions that CBS News reported. This is all public record knowledge. You'd have to actually be versed or interested in this because it is public record knowledge. Now, if you tell a Democrat this, they will not understand. It would be like trying to teach quantum physics to a house cat. They won't get it. They don't want to learn. They won't know what you're talking about. If you actually read the endless stream of Hunter's emails, where it's like there are business transactions taking place, there's business deals in exchange for there are people asking for favors and then eventually receiving those favors. They won't understand it because Democrats, according to morally superior, highly educated, wonderful liberals, beautiful people, can do no wrong. Hunter allegedly weighing narcotics in a video, getting into arguments with people who were paid for certain services in the evening, all the different salacious videos, that's not a problem. Hunter's .38 firearm being thrown into a dumpster by his girlfriend, and then the Secret Service covering up that story, and then him alleging that Joe has 5 firearms. This is all obviously the epitome of hypocrisy, but the issue now is you have Tony Bobulinski, who is an associate of Hunter's who was willing to testify. You have people like Rand Paul, Ron Johnson, Jim Jordan in the House, Lauren Boebert, others in the House who can't wait to impeach our beloved president. So it's just a matter of time. You can't say, and then you have the Durham Probe Special Counsel. Then you have parallel investigations within the Durham Probe. And look, I mean, you have parallel investigations in the House of Representatives and the Senate once Republicans take over that help the Durham Probe Special Counsel. But also you have impeachment committees that are looking into Hunter and James and Joe and 150 financial transactions that are deemed suspicious and emails asking for influence on a certain company's behalf and business deals in China and other countries. And then you have, like I said, meetings where Joe was present when he stated he wasn't, and then meetings that he's alluding to or that he is acknowledging in a voicemail. So you have actual audio of Joe stating, oh, you're in the clear, read the New York Times article, all that. So it's not going to be difficult to impeach this president for actual crimes. Like, it is a crime to sell access to the United States government. You can't force out a prosecutor and then 2 years later find out, oh, there are emails where the company is asking for a favor. Now, according to Democrats and, the course they took, Graft 101, this doesn't mean anything because the timeline is doesn't make any sense. No, the timeline makes perfect sense, okay? Hunter's getting $1 million+ dollars. Joe forces out a prosecutor that's going to investigate the company that is paying Hunter. It really doesn't matter when the voicemail when the email asking for a favor and the forcing out of the prosecutor, like, it doesn't matter if they align because there's a business relationship. It's not like in business or in some kind of criminal or corrupt affair or relationship or agreement. You only give a favor when an email is asked. Or there are other emails or other requests that perhaps weren't written down. If you're getting $1 million, that's also goodwill leading to favors after the contract is over. So it's not like the Democrats are like, well, the emails and the money flow and the forcing out of the prosecutor might not be, it doesn't make any sense. No, in terms of the Graft 101 course that they took, it doesn't make sense. In the real world, when you're paying someone $1 million, that person owes you before and after and during the $1 million payment. Anyway, that's just one example of corruption. Hit subscribe to this channel. Hit subscribe to the Stock Market Crash and Nuclear Confrontation channel and the Bitcoin Crash, the Bitcoin 10K. I have 3 channels and I'm only working on 1 and 2. I mean, I'm only working on this channel and the Stock Market Crash channel. I should be working also on the Bitcoin 10K, oil prices 150 recession channel, and I will. You know what? I think either at the end of this month or at least starting in August, I'm going to do like 4 segments a day on this channel, 4 segments a day on the Stock Market Crash and Nuclear Confrontation channel, and 4 segments a day on the Bitcoin 10K oil prices 150 recession channel. But I keep saying that, but I think that I'm going to try to get that done in August. But hit subscribe if you want to support my work. My Patreon is below, ladies and gentlemen. And be here tonight. I am going to have a live stream. I will have a live stream tonight. So I will have a live stream tonight. And we'll talk about impeachment. We'll talk about a whole bunch of things. But you have to understand something. Rand Paul, Ron Johnson, Jim Jordan, Boebert, a whole bunch of these are Trump Republicans, or I should say, Rand Paul's not a Trump Republican, but Rand Paul looks at logic, reason, evidence. He doesn't. He is very effective or very good at challenging the status quo. He's even better than President Trump at that. He really is. Rand Paul is excellent at using he's able to communicate his thoughts in an eloquent manner. Okay? Trump used to be able to do that very well, and now he's kind of still caught up in the, hey, you did this, and if Trump becomes the Trump of 2015, he's unstoppable now, really, but he'll be beyond unstoppable. Because 2015, he was speaking to Joe and Mika, he was speaking to Anderson Cooper, and nothing fazed him. Now it's on Truth Social, same thing on Twitter. Oh, they did this, they did that. That's okay and all, but the thing is, like, he has to announce and he has to focus on his economic accomplishments, which were profound: record low unemployment, real wages up, not down like now. We have a recession now. We have oil prices through the roof. They'll get even higher towards the end of the summer, the beginning of the winter, despite the recession. And so, like, subscribe to the two other channels I have, the Stock Market Crash and the Bitcoin 10K channels. But Rand Paul is very good at using just basic logic. That's why media and the establishment also don't like Rand Paul. The thing is, though, he's not... he's able to communicate his thoughts without being as polarizing as President Trump. President Trump's funny a lot of the times. He's hilarious a lot of the times, but he doesn't... Okay, if Trump did what Rand Paul was doing, he'd be absolutely unstoppable. Because what Rand Paul does is he says, hey, look, here's my argument. It's backed by fact. And, okay, let's debate. Let's discuss. Let's have a dialogue. Let's have discourse. Rand Paul pushes a dialogue and a discourse, debate, discussion, and he furthers his viewpoint because he wants dialogue. President Trump used to want dialogue for, he's good at marketing. And so what he should do is at least market and advertise and publicize his achievements economically and in terms of foreign policy. Biden has zero achievements. There's one thing he did good. Other than that, zero achievements. The country is in free fall economically, and in terms of foreign policy, it's a catastrophe. Now, it's not going to be difficult to impeach Biden. Rand Paul will be one of the people in the Senate that makes it happen. Now, he'll vote to impeach Rand Paul, Jim Jordan in the House, Ron Johnson in the Senate. Rand Paul in the Senate will vote to impeach. Obviously, the House will be Trump Republican all the way. The Senate will be Trump Republican also. Okay, I don't think people understand how many citizens in Georgia love Herschel Walker. Herschel Walker is a legend. He's a legend in Georgia. And not just because he's a Heisman Trophy winner and, legendary NFL player. He is a business owner. He's a huge part of that community and the history of that state. So, it's interesting that the polls have him like 3 points down. For what purpose? For what reason? I don't know. But Republicans lost Georgia because you had Republicans investigate a Republican president. That's a whole other story. There's going to be the big payback, James Brown big payback coming. You should look forward to that, ladies and gentlemen. Democrats investigated Trump because the best offense is the best defense is a good offense for Democrats. So they actually do commit crimes. Top secret intelligence on private servers, Hunter's emails, they actually do commit crimes. Trump didn't. That's why they're desperately trying to find a crime and investigate. What they do with Trump is they level accusations that are baseless, then they investigate to see if the baseless accusations are accurate. Trump levels an accusation, says, hey, we should investigate that. They say, oh my God, it's baseless. We spoke to somebody. It's horrible. Why is he spreading lies and deceit? So any claim Trump makes, no investigation for the claim. Any claim Democrats make, we need to investigate. And that's American politics. Anyway, hit subscribe to this channel. Midterms are in November, ladies and gentlemen. And you have a huge sea change. The pendulum's going to move to the conservative or to the Trump Republican, which isn't always conservative, but the Trump Republican viewpoint. And the entire paradigm of American politics is going to change. Democrats are going to be on the defensive every single day for the next 4 years or so. Give me your thoughts below. Hit subscribe.